Hey there, Aries. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you are new to this channel, click that subscribe button down below. It is free as always. And as always, I'm happy that you dropped by, sharing your beautiful energy with us, bringing in this message. Now, if you are here, Aries, what is this that's blocking you? I tell you, do you want to know? You tuned in, you did. It is unforgiveness. It is an issue needing to be forgiven because it's blocking your peace and prosperity. I took some notes on the channel we got going on here, not this channel, but channeled messages coming on in. So it's talking about inner resistance that you don't seem to know about or put conscious effort into. So it may not be in the central of your focus, which is part of it. It's almost like swept aside, acting like it's nothing. Maybe some of you compartmentalize. I'm a Cappy son. Okay, so I know what it's like to compartmentalize man and woman and put those things away that aren't too easy to deal with, because this is definitely showing up as a love issue. You've already tried to throw a few cards out and you're like, we need a little more information, Joy. And I'm like, ooh, somebody feeling like they left out in the cold. You're checking out, maybe doing some research on the new relationship that they're in, or you might be scrutinizing a new possible person coming towards you, but it's having to do with relationships, and life is trying to restore the balance between you and love. And I don't mean a lover. I'm talking about the energy of love, of trust, okay? So let me see what else it says. Okay, so being blocked in this area is distorting your vision, thus creating limits to your peace, your power, and your blessing. That's great, but let's look at where the breakdown is. It distorts, okay? And when we distort, we get into projecting or being projected upon, to rejecting or being rejected. Can you see the rigidity of that? The either or, the seesaw, the shaztastic, sucktastic, shizdizzery stuff, okay? And that's not anything you want to be putting your energy to, but it's obvious it's about love, because Peridot is showing up over here talking about Leo heart, maybe pride, maybe our self-pride, maybe other people's pride, but whatever you're doing, it is preventing your shine. It is preventing your whole self, which is your best self. It's not about what we put forward and what we're doing and such and so. It really has to do with who we are on the inside. It's not congruent in alignment with who you are. Now with that, there's some overall cards for this first half of April that are showing up here. And it is this Tower wanting to talk. It's leaning in, trying to speak its mind to you, but you're not listening, okay? So here we're bringing in a double power of the star along with Venus, which is definitely the love star. The creative power of love and money, seeking balance in your whole world, your whole life, and believing that, yes, that is possible for you, okay? So it's kind of like we're getting the kickstand up off the bike so the wheels can get rolling. Now, you did say something, but ooh, what you doing? You're like, let's look over here. I want to inspect what was done wrong to me. That chemistry, it seemed like it'd be so right, but I'm saying, baby, if you go for chemistry, that is a shooting star. Chemistry does not guarantee commitment, connection, other than your two lower halves, your Netherlands, okay? And maybe your two lips. So what is going on here is to try and get into the understanding of what connection is, like birds of a feather, that type of thing, of being true to your heart. But to be true to your heart is understanding the power of your Venus. So maybe take a look at the reading that has your Venus in it, see what part of the zodiac on your wheel, on your chart. I like to use astro-charts.com. It's very simple and very clean, easy to look at, plus it is a wheel, is an eye of God. So let me see what else you said. You're talking about in this thing, it's like beating a dead horse, beating up a situation about the way things were, okay? You might be gleaning, picking through it, that like you scrape it aside and then you bring it back out to pick it, to nitpick it, to scrutinize, to maybe peer into, a little bit of like spying, that type of energy. It's like watching bad news when you're already down, okay? Or watching food commercials when you're starving. Just stop doing that to yourself. Enough said on that. All right. But I can tell you what it is blocking is a 10 of Cups and a cosmic release. Not just a release of karma, cosmic type release energy going on, but we're talking about a cosmic release, like a mother's milk when the baby's hungry, that connection causing it to just flow and to let down and to make its way towards you, to satisfy and fulfill you. Venus moves towards you, not you towards Venus. But what you need to do here is begin to get into your understanding so that you're no longer blocking it. Venus, love, life will not beat your door down. Okay, they're not going to cross your boundaries. All right, the only way these old energies begin to happen is if you step into them, and I would say don't activate them. Step down, stay away from that, begin to move into a whole new perspective, which is your truth. Okay, so let's get the ball rolling on that. We're going to start with an affirmation. The affirmation for you, Aries, is I choose to forgive myself and others in regards to this situation. Now, you could say that or insert the particular situation you're talking about. But when we forgive, we free ourselves to move forward. That's what the forgiving is about, is being able to move forward. You afford yourself that opportunity, that cosmic release. Okay, let's say it again. I choose to forgive myself and others in regards to this situation. So, Tarot is trying to bring on in this whole new energy of rainbow fluoride, seeing things for what they are, getting in that clarity, because in that clarity, it brings you into the center of the heart and the mind, getting on the same page. All right. So I'm going to stick that back in here so we can grab some fresh new cards for you. Let's get something that we can move forward in with this cheer here for Aries, into this new perspective of life, loving them and coming towards them. Well, towards us, because we are all the whole zodiac. So let's see. Are you wanting to? Okay, I felt that one stick. Muscovite. Mica. Mica shines, but Mica is also very soothing, restorative, and abounding. They're kind of saying in Muscovite, that's the mica that isn't broken down. You don't have to break yourself down to shine. You don't have to break yourself down to shine. Say somebody gives you a compliment, like, okay, the other day I said somebody, oh, cute earrings. And they smiled, and then they went, oh, but I only got them for 50 cents at a second-hand store, and da-da-da-da-da, and they start filling in all the details. That's when our mind is in the logic mind, the either or, the seesaw of life, that type of energy of compartmentalizing that type of thing. When it's wanting to flow, it's wanting to be loved, and we can let it strike our hearts and go, thank you, okay? Man or woman, we can all give thanks. It will not go away, y'all. Okay. Let's just work on that. Let's just work on this whole thing here about how you see in this situation. And now with the Cosmic Tarot, it was left split open and you just inverted the Seven of Cups, feeling unworthy in love. Feeling like you're wondering what went wrong. I'm telling you, you weren't practicing from your center. Having to try, oh, they said they like this, so I'm going to do or be that. Because you have a lot of initiative, okay, Aries? You might call it impulsiveness, but if you put it together with your whole self and your mind, it becomes initiative. And so you're putting it behind this or behind that or this or that. So it's always ever changing. So you're almost like a wobbly wheel. And they're saying don't do that, because that leaves you as a sacrifice, a sacrificial offering of you trying to make the magic and the power come to be lovable. Boom. No, okay? So that was hiding behind that is the Ace of Pentacles. This is you coming forward straight, fully owning who you are. Kind of like the Wheel of Fortune, the Eye of God coming in here, knowing the order of like the Five of Wands of who you are and what you hold, what you bring to the relationship. And that does away with the teeter-tottering in your mind or, you know, throwing yourself under the bus to do whatever they want. So you get a more balanced connections of things that could work and operate a lot better than what you've been drawn towards. Because remember, you were being drawn towards chemistry. Chemistry has a lot to do with karma and snags on the chart where we don't know our whole self, where we're not operating in it. So it has kind of like a vacuum or a black hole energy there. And so we suck in others who are really going to teach us lessons. Now, the thing is if you're over 18, you legal age, you can finish with school, right? Who says you keep needing tests and lessons? We're here to discover, to enjoy, okay? To experience life. Not just gaining experience, but to experience it. Because sometimes gaining experience has a focus, okay? And it can be limited and not pick up the whole joy of life that's wanting to come in here. Which, yeah, you're shining with that Ace of Pentacles. And you're saying we definitely want a pearl on this. So we're just going to go that direction and get a pearl. What you talk about? Blossoming abundance, getting in the 3, getting out of that 2 mind, the 2 of Swords, which has showed up twice now. We have swords all over the place and spilled cups and one. I saw you try and jump. It went back in and I'm going to put it back in, but it was self-appreciation, tending your garden, the garden of delights, the garden of life. Because when you're the gardener, you get the fruit, but you also have to tend the root, right? So let's get a pearl on this Ace of Pentacles here for Aries. Let's give Aries some insight to what I see you as wanting to shine. This has to do with that angel of strength. Remember, Peridot was showing up like Leo. This is very much nodding back to the Leo in your chart. It is the divine 50, the jubilee, the fulfillment of all your desires, things lost, you know, eaten, devoured, opportunities past, waiting too long on something, holding out, all those different things of bric-a-brac. Now, you wouldn't want them all to show up now, is the individual little pieces and parts and all that. So this angel of strength is being able to harness and get yourself together into a whole form, into your wheel of fortune, into your eye of God, into your whole self, and get that clarity of knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. And all that reward, beauty, and bounty will conglomerate and bring itself into a whole union as well. And you'll begin to step into the aspect of the mirror soul of seeing around you what others see in you, okay? And that is that you shine, you a diamond mine inside like that agate. Outside, it might look one way, but inside you are fine. And that means it begins with you here, okay? So let's get into some soul digging. Ooh, you got Ace of Disc under there. You got a little bit of work to do with being patient with yourself. Some of that labyrinth going on inside. I would say you could even look at a bit of breath work. Okay. If there's specific breath work that you're interested in, I do Kundalini. I love it because it's working with the power of the breath and moving the energies all the way through your body, which would help you really be able to move into your initiative from just impulsiveness and instincts. I feel you there. Okay. So we have 3 cards coming on out, but they're all wanting to lay on the center of the Chariot, moving this on out, moving you out of this dual mindscape here because it's fresh and salty. There is no such thing, okay? It's now brackish, and only certain things can live in that margin of life. They're telling you to choose who you are. It doesn't become limited, it becomes fulfilling because you can move in one direction. Right now, you're at a crossroads. You aren't getting your feet to coordinate, go in the same direction, your eyes doing different things, like thinking, oh, I want this, but being envious and jealous and wanting that, all right? So often, also, there are a few of you who are staying with something that's okay, that you don't really like, in order to not have the risk of being alone. Does that make sense? So that's pushing up this card, the 8 of Wands coming on in. See, there you are, gestating up in your own womb, that womb of your strength that's trying to fly in. It has a lot of judgment type energy coming in with the cosmic eggs, trying to tell you to walk away from holding yourself prisoner here. Holding yourself prisoner. Remember that, what were we saying, the affirmation? I choose to forgive myself and others in regards to the situation, because when you do, you become unbound, untethered. You become free in your mind. And that is your strength here, stepping forward into that power of your heart, of knowing who you are, because at that, the grace, the survivorship, that dualistic mind, that double-mindedness, the logic mind that has had you entrapped, you'll be set free from it, and all the colors, all the passion, all the fire will return to you for yourself, first and foremost. So then it's the power of life, the roots funneling up through the trunk of the tree out to the branches and the fruits. And that brings forward the life that you intend. And then that judgment card, which in this deck is fantastic because it brings forth a ton of cosmic eggs, a ton of experience that has already been bought and paid for, okay? So there's nothing that you have to do except allow this truth, the truth of who you are, to come in, to be seen. Now, I know that's scary and risky. It's easier to be known for what great things you can do for other people, or, you know, digging around in other people's lives and other people and other people and other people. And that just keeps taking you further out. All right. So draw back into yourself, and let's look at this with the Page of Wands. Oh, I love it. That's leading out with your suit, the Page of Wands coming in. So it's putting the banner above your head of bringing in the power of peace, the power of your own personal resolution to inherit, like your it's not siren song, your soul song, your soul seed. Talk about the oil, the joy. Because here you're holding both a sword and a wand, the clarity of mind. So you're wanting the reward and the pleasure. Okay. How about they be the same? How about work not be hard, or where you were always having to adjust and sell yourself out and this or that yourself, okay? How about if you don't do that anymore and you step into this other energy, the star, okay? It doesn't matter that you're dark, that you've been burnt, you've had some experiences that seem less than savory. You know, that's the thing, is that's what the judgment, the cosmic, the final phoenix coming in is the resurrection card, having been burnt by the sun, you know, shooting for the moon, that type of thing, going for the goal. But the thing is you were focusing so much on chemistry before, that type of fire that matches your same fire, instead of looking for a capacity that matches your capacity. Because you're not just your sun sign, you're the whole zodiac. They're a whole zodiac. So that's why once you get past just that first initial harsh sexual attraction, or that the pings and the zings and the sparks going off, there's a lot of other stuff going on. Okay, there's a lot more complexity to the situation going on there. That's why I love you are this entire cosmos, the world going on. The world card in this deck to me is the star. You are the star of your show. This beautiful energy coming on, Plutonian type energy. And that's why I say burn. Pluto is the regeneration. You have to go through the phoenix, the burning, the breaking down to rise up from the ashes again. And if you don't know, ashes are where they used to make the soap from. It's where you get clean, where you stay fresh and new on this next journey of life, keeping your eyes clear, your mind clear, and your focus set on who you are. So with that, I want to get you guys an affirmator for your infirmities. Let's mend you up here and get you on the mend, get you whole, get you shining like this, radiant, feel like this is your eye. Your eye is sparkling and shining, feeling good about yourself and who you are. No adjustments need to be made, just some awareness and growth coming on in. Okay, so return to the whole connection of yourself, because irregardless of whatever phase the moon is going through, fool and infirm. All right, y'all, forgive yourselves. Remember, what does it say? I choose to forgive myself and others in regards to this situation. So move on from that, because the thing is, until we can't know until we know. That's what ignorance is. That's what the being burnt, the flying too high is your calibration calculations were off, because you weren't in the center of yourself, knowing that you're the whole chart, knowing your whole self. That takes a great deal of experience, which is why those cosmic eggs are coming in here to afford you that. Some wisdom, some growth, some development, so that you can become peaceful and happy. Remember, it was talking about, what did it say over here? That block, that unforgiveness, that it was creating limits to your peace, power, and blessing. You getting into the whole connection of yourself, because the moon, irregardless of what phase it's in, the phases may change, the sun shining at whatever angle may change, but you can always see the entire sphere up there, the entire moon. It is always whole. Okay, irregardless of whether it's full or quarter or gibbous or whatever. All right, so let's get a little more something on this, because this just still keep working down there. Let's get you out of this dual-mindedness and get you into the whole, just like that moon there. Let's help Aries out. All right, ooh, baby, look what turned straight up. Getting ready for love. Ace of Cups, you are the cup of love. Because when you step into this along with the Ace of Pentacles, that is a divine yes, that yes, you are ready to forgive. You're ready to move forward and to embrace this. I love it that it's the heart and the mind, the cosmic mind, being connected with your divine intelligence. That is why we take the greatest leap of faith, which is out of our mind into our connection with life itself, with the cosmos, when we get into the center of who we are and start to trust, okay? So what wasn't up just yet? The Seven of Pentacles. It's like, be happy about your work. This work isn't work, okay? It doesn't have to be effort. It doesn't have to be miserable. It doesn't have to be ruminating through past mistakes, or I need to really forgive where they hurt. No, it's literally, the forgiveness is just like, starting like that. Clean the slate with a clean breath. Being willing to live again, to start again, to not keep looking back or past, or being trapped or stagnant or stalemate, or that type of energy. Fill your mind and heart with things that make you happy, that bring forth this fruit, this fruitfulness, this delight going on here. Your stars being fulfilled in your eyes, baby. Okay, so I want to get you some of these wheels of life going on over here for Aries, and then we will close this out. Thank you for stopping by. This is their first half of April, or whenever you show up, because they are always timeless. What you doing? Leave it to you to have some yang energy going on here, some uprising energy, but it is composed because you took time to put your hands together to bring it up. And this has to do with the deep satisfaction, the self coming out of the hibernation and the hiding of who you are, and owning your power and your passion, but letting it be more than just the physical passion, the impulsiveness, the spark, that type of thing. Also, you can temper it out with listening to some Leo readings or some Sagittarius readings, or maybe a few of the earth signs. That begins to help temper it and bring forth some of the earth signs would definitely do you some good with the Seven of Pentacles showing up here, because your fire is like that bee energy, the pollinating energy. So getting it down into some earth to really help temper it out and bring forth fruits, and that is going to only reward your passion, but it's going to meld it and deepen it and broaden it, as opposed to it just being this one uprising flame. Okay, just the initiation. It will have long-term effects, ripples, and rewards. Oh, I love it, because the card that turned face up, that these two hit the floor, was the yen. The being receptive to this, being receptive to the high heart energy of a child, which is very enthusiastic, but it's much softer. It's almost like asking yourself for permission, giving yourself permission to be free, to be softer, to be patient, to give it to life and to see what comes of it, okay? Instead of driving and making and convincing, all right? And getting up in other things a little too, like, determined, okay? And so that brings in this upside down, the six, not for you. So this is letting me know a few of you are still on the other side, and that's okay. You don't tune in here to have me tell you what to do. That is not what I'm here for. I'm here to provide you information of what's going on around you, for you to find what resonates with you and what is confirming things for you, because you are on your journey and your path. You have your spirit, your guides, your intellect, your journals, your whatever that you're putting information in to see what is aligning for you. This is just fresh new information to sit with and consider. Maybe check out an earth read or some earth reads, because that's where you began to shine, was in the Pentacles, okay? And maybe take the earth sign that the next planet set. Let's see where your Venus is, okay? If your Venus is in an earth sign especially. And just allow that to meld and sit with you for a period of time. Look at the night coming in here with the world. Give it time. Give it time. Your heart will know. Trust yourself, okay? So I believe in you and I want the best for you. And regardless of where you're at on this, I'm glad you tuned in and showed up here, okay, to consider some new information. Now, love you guys. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below. Give it a thumbs up, like it. That's your way of voting for this channel. That's your way of showing love and support into this channel, so that YouTube will circulate it out to more people. Maybe even share it on your Facebook if you found that this resonated with you. Ask friends to subscribe. Whatever else you can do will help this joy train get moving, and we will bring joy to our world. Not me. Our joy, your joy, the world's joy, so we can lighten up this place and bring in some good news for us all. I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.